Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jason here. Today we're doing a recap of AMC. I also want to go over a lot of why we've seen an AMC pullback today. If you haven't, make sure to smack the like button down below. Not only does it help out this video, it also helps out a lot of new people learn about AMC. If you're not a sub, make sure to hit that sub button. That way you guys can stay up on AMC and other plays in the market. And let's get right into it. If you're wondering what I'm using here, I am using Webull. There's a link down in the description. Click on that link, sign up. Put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. You also get these tier 2 NASDAQ views right now for 3 months as well. Well, let's get right into it. As you can see, today wasn't the best day for AMC overall. It wasn't the worst, but hey, you give and take. Sometimes you have really big up days and sometimes you have some down days. There was some catalyst today, the reason why AMC went down. We'll go over those in a little bit. We did finish today at $10.85 going into the aftermarket hours, which is a negative 5.32% on the day. Currently in aftermarket hours, we are up 3 cents, and that's a positive 0.28%. So pretty much right now, we're pretty much just down 5% overall on the day, though. As you can see this morning, we did start out in the pre-market hours. We did gap up, though, this morning to around $11.60. We had a high of $11.78. But off that high, you can tell right here when like Robinhood and everybody else starts to be able to trade, you see this come down pretty quick. And you can tell back here like what we're using on hours for Webull. You can buy and sell and trade stuff early market hours, about 4 hours before and 4 hours after market. And you can really tell how bad the volume is at this time. So you can push the market a little bit easier at this time of the day as well. But we did come down throughout the morning, though. Coming into the market hours, we did start out right at $10.97. We shot down to $10.65 and then shot straight back up to $11.39. Now, at that point, I was thinking, well, hey, maybe we'll have a big recovery today. We'll get above $12. But, you know, it kind of lulled me into a false security blanket right here. and then we came straight back down and kind of huddled right around the $11.10 to about $11.20 area throughout the day. We came back down at a low right here at $10.79. Came back up, wiggled our ways around throughout the day, and then eventually we did end at $10.85. And again, like I said, we just went over, currently we're at $10.86 in the aftermarket hours. And you can kind of tell right now how these cards start getting more broken up. Right now, obviously, Webull is one of the only ones that you can buy, sell, and trade on right now. You can tell right here where Robinhood kind of stops, and you can really tell where this volume starts to kind of cut out again. That's just because you have less people at this time of day trading. Now, obviously, if you compare this back to the 5-day, we had this big run up all the way until yesterday about midday, and then it's been falling since then. I'm not super worried right now. I do think we had some people selling off today that probably didn't know what they were doing off the news that came out today and yesterday. We've seen some people sell off from yesterday, but the bigger news from this story came out today. And that's one reason why I think we've seen this sell-off. It happened right around that article started releasing. And we're going to see more and more of these articles, which could scare people. And we'll go over some of those articles in a bit. Looking at the options right now for this week, if we do get to $11 and at $11, we'd have 18,032. That would end the green. At $11.50, we have 10,277. And at $12, we have 24,015. At 12.5, we'd have 9,324. And at 13, we have 11,062. Now, I am hopeful that maybe today was that downturn we were going to have, and now tomorrow we'll have a more positive day. And I'm hoping by the end of the week we can get to $12 and have all these in the green, because right now at 10.5 we do have 12,555 in the green, and at 10 we have 13,102, and at 9 we have 10,581 in the green. So it would be nice to have these right here be in the green as well. We could make it to 13, but my goal right now is hopefully maybe make it back to 12. I'd be happy with that. Now, the June numbers are still adding up right here. So June's looking very bullish. At $10 on options on June the 18th, we do have 29,126 at the $10 range. Right here at $13, we have 12,536 already. And at 15, we have 24,565. At 20, we even have 13,552. Even at 25, we almost got 6,000 right here. So these right here are shaping up to be a very hot time for AMC. And hopefully that does pan out. And we do see a lot of people in the green at the $20 mark by June the 18th. Maybe we'll even see the squeeze by then. I'd be down with that. So I'm going to throw this over to the Ortex numbers real quick. We had exchange reported short interest at 93.89 million. Previously was at 73.82 million with a change of 27.18%. Now the estimated short percent interest of free float is at 24.06, which was at 23.25, which is a change of 3.48%. Percent on free float for loan is at 37.15. 7 days ago was at 36.41, which is a change of 2.03%. These are all great numbers going up. Shares on the loan is currently at 155.15 million. Just 7 days ago was at 152.04 million, which is a change of 2.04%. Days to cover loan is actually right now about at 3.5, not this current 1.0. It's currently right about a 3.5. Now the cost to borrow is current at 13.25. Just 7 days ago was at 8.20, which is a change of 61.5%. And current utilization is still at 100, which is great for us, great for everybody, right? And utilization, again, 7 days ago was at 100. So this does confirm 7 days ago, trading days wise, we've been at 100 for 7 trading days now. Good numbers. We're continuing to hold at 100. Again, 100 is the best we can get to. Anything over 90 is really, really good. So even if we came down a little bit off that number, still sitting pretty there as well. Now looking over to the iBorrow desk numbers real quick, we do have a million new short share availabilities available right now with an interest rate fee of 18.8%. Now I know some people this morning we were at 26.2%, which is super high. These numbers do fluctuate back and forth, 18.8% is really, really good and a big, big number. Now, the numbers for short share availability do jump around from time to time. There for a while, there was none to be reported. Now there is a million short share availabilities. But again, this number is probably going to jump around tomorrow. I wouldn't doubt it if we're back down to 100,000 again or whatever. This number does jump around, fairly normal. Don't freak out about that. I do have people asking me all the time, like, why does that number jump around? Or why is this interest rate fee jump around? That's because they're ever moving. It's ever moving market, which means these numbers move as well. Now, the good news is, though, with some of the news we had come out today, we do have some bigger investors buying in to AMC again. So we had a $1.3 million order come through today for AMC. We also had another $2.142 million order come through for AMC today. And we had a massive order for $7.578 million come today as well. Now, right there is getting aided by those new shares that's going to be into the market, which is going to cover some of AMC's debt. And like I said before, that right there is going to allow bigger investors to come and invest in AMC without worries of the company, something bad happening, company being way, way under debt. All good news. 3 big print orders today came through. And if you guys are wondering why some of these didn't show up on the tier 2s today, that's because usually when these big, big orders come through, they usually go through the dark pools, correct? And they do that for several reasons. That way you don't see this big, massive push in the market, or when some of these people sell, you don't see the price come crashing down all at once. These will probably get into AMC over the next week or two. It's usually what happens with the dark pool orders. Now let's go over here to the trading view really quick. As you can see right here from the 15-minute time, you can see from the other day when we come flashing up on the 23rd, 20 to 26 right here. Now you can see obviously on the 23rd, we'll be starting seeing this turnaround on Friday, 23rd. And obviously the 26th, we had an up period. And then halfway through yesterday, we had another piece of an up period before we had this sell-off going on. Now you can see right here as well, in the last few frames right here, it looks like we're starting to level off. Hopefully we continue to see that, and tomorrow we kind of get back up into those green days. Now, what was the reason why we've seen some sell-off today? One, obviously hedge funds always up to something, right? Let's just be honest there. They're trying to double down, and they're also trying to scare people on this on AMC selling 43 million new shares to the market. And they did scrub the plan for the other 500 million, but again, these 500 million wouldn't have been put into the market right now anyway. The earliest they could have done that was next year. But for right now, they do have those 43 million that they're going to be putting into the market. That's already been registered, so these will get put into the market. It's actually not a bad thing, though. Like I said, we'll go over this. They're going to be putting the 43 million shares into the market at market prices. So this is going to get bled into the market over time at market prices. It's not going to be coming in at the market at $9 or $8 or something crazy. Because that's the reason why you usually see these stocks kind of crash down from dilution. One reason why is because they have these these prices, man. Their price will be like $10, but they'll put the new stocks at like an $8 price point. Well, obviously, then people are going to sell off down to the $8 price point. This right here is a lot better when you put an at market order for the shares coming in. They'll bleed in over time. And these shares right here are going to go on to help pay off some of AMC's debt, which again is a good thing. The less debt AMC has, the more people are willing to come invest in AMC, especially these bigger commercial investors. So AMC was falling Wednesday after the movie chain operator said it hopes to sell 43 million shares while scrubbing plans to sell 500 more shares or 500 million more shares. I don't know why they keep getting this wrong. It wasn't to sell 500 million shares. I mean, eventually, I guess they would have got used, right? Maybe eventually it would have, but not right now. Shares of Leawood, Kansas Company were down 3.58% to $11.06 on Wednesday. Again, we're down further than that now, obviously. AMC said in a regulatory filing that it wants to sell up to 43 million shares in an at-the-market offering. The company said it intends to use any proceeds for general corporate purposes, which may include working capital, the repayment, refinancing, and redemption of repurchased existing indebtedness, capital expenditures, and other investments. In addition, AMC said its board will not ask shareholders permission to sell up to 500 million additional shares at its upcoming annual shareholding meeting on May 4th. We have previously pointed out that the sale of up to 43 million AMC shares, the current available amount for possible insurance under a previous shareholder authorization, should more than satisfy AMC's liquidity needs for 2021, Adam Aron, CEO and president, said in a statement. This assures any expected recovery in the patronage of movie theaters is in the second half of this year. Regarding a request of 500 million further shares to be authorized, Aron said many of our stockholders are telling us to wait. It is important to listen to the owners of our company, and that's exactly what we're going to do, he said. The company also disclosed preliminary results for quarter ending on March 31st. AMC expects a net loss of 572 million to 567.2 million compared to a 2.2 billion loss a year ago. We had the share chain's been shut down, so we're going to see this loss year over year. They didn't start opening back up, obviously, until halfway through this quarter, and they only opened up about 25%. But this right here, right, is better than this right here. You know what I mean? So having a $500 million loss is better than a $2.2 billion. And next quarter, we should still decline some more and some more until we finally get into the positives again. Revenue is expected to total 148.3 million compared to 941.5 million a year ago. Analysts surveyed by FactSet are calling for AMC to post a quarter loss of 514.9 million on sales of 158.4 million. As of March 31st, AMC said it had resumed operations at 585 of its 590 U.S. theaters with limiting seat capacity of about 15% and 60%. Last month, AMC posted a physical fourth quarter loss narrower than estimates and said it was optimistic about getting to the other side of this pandemic. And as we all know, going back over this really quick, we all know that obviously AMC was shut down a lot this past quarter. They're only opened up around 25% nationwide for the most part, 25 to 45. Some opened up a little bit more, different places like Texas and others. But we do expect these things to continue to open up more and more and more and more as people get shots in arms. And that's going to be great for AMC. I've done the whole breakdown multiple times for you guys about the free cash flow model, getting AMC share price to around $20 to $25, and especially maybe even higher if it was to pay off more debt. We'll see how much money they get off this 43 million shares. Either way, it's going to be great for the company, getting some of this debt out from under it and having a little more capital there. I know there's a lot of FUD in the market right now. Don't really give in to the FUD. I kind of went over this before, obviously, back when they did the interview and said they were going to do the 43 million over probably the 500 million. Obviously, it came right. I didn't know that at the time, but I figured they would use the 43 million because, again, they do have to get out from some of this debt. At the end of the day, if you guys want to believe in this company, they have to pay down some of this debt. It's just far too much right now. But again, this is great news. Don't get down. Don't put all the FUD into the market. You're obviously going to have to see some paper hand selling as well. And as always, when any kind of bad news comes into the market, bad news, the hedges are going to try to FUD around and hopefully get some more people to sell out. I'm hoping we kind of see this kind of, drown out right here. And then tomorrow we see a more uptick period tomorrow. Let's hope for that together. Good positive vibes as always. Thank you for coming and listening to this as well. If you haven't, make sure you guys smack the like button down below. Make sure you guys hit that little sub button, nice sub button, hit the little bell notification as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, fam.